Hi and welcome to this DCP web tutorial. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a split screen effect using Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay, so on my desktop I've got this folder, and inside this folder I've got two video clips. I downloaded these videos from Pixabay. I'll put links to those in the YouTube description. Let's go ahead and open up Adobe Premiere Pro and we'll drag and drop those video clips into the media pool. Let's take this clip of Japan and drag and drop that onto the timeline. So we've got this video clip here. The other one I want to drag and drop just above. Let's hold down on this handle and left click and drag it to the left side so we can zoom in, and we're just going to crop this video clip so that it matches the one above. Let's click on this top one and we want to split this down the middle so we can see both video clips side by side. So the way to do this is to grab the effects, go into the effects and type in crop, and then grab the crop tool and drag and drop it onto the first clip above. So when we drag and drop that, we can go over to our effects controls. Here, the effects controls, so go to Windows, click on effects controls, and inside of here we'll see the crop function and we'll see the position function here. So if you want to crop from the left or right, you've got the left option, so you can crop to the left or you can crop from the right. So here you can see we're cropping, and then we can adjust the position of that clip, right? We can adjust the position. So depending on what you want to crop from the image, let's set this back to 960 and let's set these values back to 0. Set them back both here to 0. So let's say we want to crop from the right, so we're going to crop from this direction and we want to keep our focus down on the left hand side of this content. So what we'll do is crop from the right and we'll crop it at 50%. So now we can see the other video clip behind and we're cropping 50%. I want to keep this half, and as we scrub through we can see the content. Now let's say for example you wanted to keep the left hand side and you wanted to get rid of the right hand side of the clip on top. So what we'll do is click here and set it to 0 value, and on the left hand side we'll set that to 50%. Now you can see we're cropping to the right hand side, but we want to take this video clip or this piece of the clip on this side here and put it on the left hand side. So how do we do that? We use the positioning tool. So we can just drag the position all the way across, and basically we set this to a 0 value, 0 here. Now we can see the right hand side of that top clip but positioned on the left hand side. So hopefully that makes sense. I actually want to do the opposite, so I'm going to click here and set it back to 960, because remember the video clip is 1920 by 1080, right? So 960 will be bang in the middle, and what we want to do is we want to push this to the left hand side. So let's click here and set it to 0, and on the right hand side here we'll set it to 50%. So we'll crop it on this. So how do we move the back one? The back one we don't really need to crop. All we need to do is click on it. So we'll click on the one that's called Japan, and all we do is change its position, because we can change it to any part of the clip that we want. So I want it to be cropped about here, let's say around here. So now we've got two videos sitting side by side, 50% on each side, right? Let's click the play button and now we can see them playing simultaneously. So it'd be nice to put maybe a line down the middle and maybe a border around the edge. So let me just show you how to do that. I'm going to set this fit size to 25%. I'm going to click here on the pen tool and select the rectangle tool, and I'm just going to drag out a rectangle shape here onto the canvas here. Let's just drag out a rectangle shape. This is a little bit tricky, but we can get this rectangle shape here, and inside the shape tools for now, inside the stroke I'm going to set it to a white color, and I'm going to turn the fill off. I want to turn off the fill, so now I can see the shape a bit easier using white color, and its size is set to let's see, we're going to set it to around 15 or 16, something like that. Somewhere around that sort of number should be good. Let's leave it at 15. So we just want to adjust this box to make sure that it's sitting nicely, because if we go back to fit size, we can see it's slightly misaligned at the bottom and around the sides. So let's go ahead and click on the selection tool, and we'll click on the box itself, this white box, and these little handles will appear at the bottom. We can adjust it to get it to fit nicely, and we just want the border to be even around the sides. The top one looks pretty good and this one looks pretty good. Let's click the play button, and now we can see we've got a nice even thick border around the sides. I think this one can probably come in slightly to around here, so it's a little fiddly. Let's just bring that out a little bit more, and we'll click play. Okay, so let's say if we want a line, horizontal line right down the middle. Let's zoom back out to 25%. Let's go to the box tool here and set it to a pen tool. We'll draw one dot above and we'll draw one dot below, and now we've got this line going straight down the middle. and if we zoom back into a fit size, we can see that horizontal line going right the way through, and you can change the color of these shapes, right? So if we expand this, let's expand this one, the shape 2 here, and this one will be for our line down the middle, and it's set to 15 as well. If we click here, we can set it to a different color. I'm going to set it to black, so we've got a black line going down the middle. And if we minimize this one and open up the shape 1, which was the box, we can go to the stroke here and set that to black as well, because I think black will look better. We can see a little problem here down the side, so let's click here and let's click on this side one, and we'll just drag it out slightly, and I think we'll be good to go. Let's click the play button and see what happens, and we've got this nice border around the edge now. Really, this graphic, we should drag it all the way to the beginning and expand it so that it fits the same duration. And now when we click play, we should have this nice border down the side. I think that looks pretty good to me. I don't know what you think. I like the idea of having them side by side, but I think you need some, you don't necessarily need a border, but you need some separation down the middle. So you need that horizontal line going down the middle. But apart from that, the border is pretty much optional. I think that worked out pretty well. So that's how you do a side-by-side video. Remember, if you want to crop, you need to do the cropping, and most of the cropping will happen on this first clip, right? That's where most of your cropping will happen. And then the second clip, you can just drag that side by side. This is slightly misaligned at the top here as well. So we just drag it up a little bit. Let's go back, click play. We've got a nice border, and we've got the clips playing side by side. So let's minimize this. That's how I go about adding a split screen video using Adobe Premiere Pro. I hope you find this tutorial useful. Look forward to seeing you in the next DCP web tutorial.